was probably in my late teens when everybody was telling me that I have to go to school, or everybody was telling me that I have to do this, I have to do that. And I realized that if I keep listening to everybody, that I was not even gonna be happy anyway. So I went against what everybody wanted me to do, and I became a black sheep, and I just did what I wanted to do in my life. And it's not like I thought school was not important. I knew it was important, but it was not important for me at that time. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to the school of life. So I went against everybody's wishes. And I tormented my family. I went against what everybody wanted. I didn't really care what they wanted, and it made me feel guilty, but c'est la vie. I ran my life the way I wanted. And and even when people told me I was gonna fail because I didn't follow them, it just made me stronger, because I said, you know, I'm gonna prove to everybody that I'm right, that if I live my life the way I want, that I will succeed. And I made it my mission to succeed, because I didn't want to prove to people that they can control everybody else. So I did. You know what? I mean, it was a battle, because, you know, you feel guilty and then you feel dead, right? And so if I follow them, I feel dead. If I go on my freedom, I feel guilty. But I'd rather feel guilty than dead. You know, life is a long time, right? And think about whether or not what you're gonna look like in 10 years. If you don't start doing what you wanna do, if you keep following what everybody tells you to do, or you keep feeling obligated to save everybody or help everybody, but the only person you're not thinking about is yourself, think about what you will become in 10 years, right? Because every year that passes, it becomes harder. Isn't it better to just think about yourself now than 10 years from now when it becomes harder because you're older? It's not worth it. Whatever your background is, or whatever your upbringing is, it's actually, everything is beautiful, right? I mean, it's not looking at our past and saying, oh God, life sucked and whatever, move on. It's about looking at why it's happened and how it serves you. And so if you were brought up in an environment where you have to be polite, you have to do everything what everybody wants you to do because that's what they deem as polite, then you know what? It's taught you discipline. But you don't have to choose to follow that now if you don't feel right about it. Now is now, and you decide what you want from now going forward. A lot of people want to stay in their stories. A lot of people want to stay stuck. They don't want help. They just want to take your time and victimize your time with their sob stories. It's up to you to either choose to stay in their story or tell them, do you want my opinion? If they say yes, then you have the right to tell them what they should do, and because your time is precious. If you're gonna sit there for 2 hours listening to somebody's sob story going circles and circles and circles, you can actually tell them to stop. Because too many of us are enabling everybody out there to stay in their stories because we're too scared to say stop. We are actually going forward in our life to get better. The only thing we can think about is what we are doing. We do not need anybody's validation. The only time you have people doubting you or questioning you or always asking you questions about what you're doing is when you have doubts or when you're needing their validation, right? So the moment you disconnect, you know, when I talk about disconnecting yourself from people, it's not walking away physically. It is making a decision within your own mind and your own energy that I don't need their validation. I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's okay. I think we all start off somewhat the same way, is that we're ultra sensitive to being judged. So how, if we are not strong-minded and we are much more sensitive, how do we actually embark on the mindset of standing up for ourselves? The only thing I can say to everybody, and this goes across the board, whether you're a strong-minded person or a hypersensitive person, is that you just have to make the decision right? Make the decision that you will stand strong. It's, the energy that comes out of an intention and a decision is so powerful. It propels you physically to do the right things for yourself. So all you have to do is start saying, I am worthy to be heard. I am worthy to run my life the way I run it, and I will be respected. And that's all you have to say. For you to just say it to yourself doesn't require you to stand up to anybody. The thing that we have to do, no matter how sensitive we are, is stand up to ourselves first, before you go out there and stand up to anybody else.